for us to get you all the reactions and talk about the game. Let me first go over to one special fan we have from Dubai, and I can see him back on my show in that yellow shirt of his. Arjun, yes, to you first. Give me your reaction after Chennai's win.
Well, I'm really happy that Chennai won this match. This was a match that was needed to win, because if they would have lost this match, they wouldn't have gone on a path, and that path is winning against SunRisers Hyderabad, Kolkata Knight Riders, Rajasthan Royals and Kings 11 Punjab. Once they've done that, they will move on to the tougher teams, right?
Right.
Royal Challengers Bangalore, Mumbai Indians and Delhi Capitals. They need to win at least one of those matches to get to 14 points, which is a pretty decent score, and I really think they'll make it to the playoffs then.
Nikhil, just picking up from what Arjun has just said, that it's a long way for Chennai to make it to the playoffs. I can see you on my show in an orange t-shirt. I don't know if you were with the orange army tonight, but clearly it wasn't orange but all yellow. However, do you think it's possible for Chennai to go all the way as Arjun is talking about?
Well, Rika, I hope for the sake of Arjun, at least, Chennai goes all the way. I'm pretty impressed by the fact that not only has he watched this particular match, but he's chalked out the entire schedule of Chennai Super Kings and the matches that they'd be playing. And he's done his rough calculation, winning against weaker teams, maybe losing against the more prominent teams this season. And that is how they can reach 14 points. So I have no reason to doubt his calculation. But yes, this win was needed, Rika, because, mathematically, they would have still been alive, Chennai, had they lost this match. But logically, you would have said it would have been very, very tough for them to have reached that playoff. Yes, they've been in this position. I remember 2010,
right,
a similar position. And from there on, they went to do such great things in that particular season. But also, I don't know whether it's a coincidence, Rika, but probably on a day when you've got, you needed MS Dhoni to win, because on a day you've got a prominent brand pulling out an ad because of trolls. You've got another person who is facing a lot of trolls, that's MS Dhoni, and yet he made no changes, just one change to his team. So what did he do?
True.
He stuck to his, formula, and probably showed everyone that, you don't have to change things on the faces of criticism. You need to stick with what you believe in. And that is what Chennai Super Kings showed today by winning this particular match.
But that is a Dhoni template. However you may be criticized and however there may be trolls attacking you, I will stick to my combination. I will back my players. Rishi, to you, do you think that really helped the Chennai Super Kings tonight? Once again, Dhoni backing his men?
Absolutely, Rika. I think, masterstroke by MS Dhoni, sending Sam Curran top the order and, sticking to that playing 11. One slight change that he made today, bringing in Piyush Chawla, was again a masterstroke, given the fact that Dubai is a very big stadium, long boundaries, and we were batting first. So credit to him. He's always said that he believes in the, process and not the end result. He's followed the process and he got the result that we all wanted today.
Deepti, would you say for your team, it was Johnny Bairstow's wicket that proved to be the turning point in the game?
That is one thing, and also Kane Williamson's wicket. We had hopes until Kane Williamson is there. We had hopes, and in the end, we were expecting Rashid Khan to do a Tivatia, but then there's only one Tivatia. So it is disappointing to see our side not do well.
Right. Nikhil, back to you. You were talking about Chennai's season when they went on to, they were in this spot, they went on to win the championship. And I remember it was one Ravindra Jadeja who had really, turned things for them and spun the web of destruction. Today, the way we saw him, do you think that he will come into play more and more as, the season goes on, because the wickets are going to get slower and perhaps, in addition to Jadeja, there will be another X factor in the Chennai side, which is Sam Curran?
Well, that's right. As far as the bowling is concerned, Rika, you talk about Ravindra Jadeja. It was heartening to see him, bowl rather well in this particular match. His batting, we've seen it for the past year or so, whether you take a look at the Indian team or whether you take a look at the franchise cricket model, he's been outstanding. If there was one criticism with Ravindra Jadeja's batting, it was that he could get you runs, but he couldn't get you runs in a very fast pace. And that was the only criticism that came his way. That he's turned it around in the last year or so. We all remember his knock in that match that India unfortunately lost in the semi-finals versus New Zealand at the World Cup. But he's got that form back. And I think the biggest advantage for Chennai, and that was the biggest difference today, Rika, was the number of bowling options that MS Dhoni had vis-a-vis the number of bowling options that David Warner had. He had only 5. Yes, he had someone like Vijay. He could have called him on, but he didn't. What do you do when Rashid Khan doesn't have a good game? What do you do when Khalil doesn't have a good game? What do you do when Natarajan doesn't have a good game? 3 out of his 5 bowlers didn't have a great outing today. He had no options. Chennai, on the other hand, just take a look at the 7 bowlers they played with. I mean, Watson, you could even count him as a bowler. He doesn't bowl very often, but he's the 8th bowler in the side. So that's the cushion he has. Piyush Chawla, he only got him in the 16th over. So that cushion, he made use of it. And that's the big advantage that Chennai have at the moment with so many all-rounders. And I'm surprised that they haven't done as well as they did in this particular match a little earlier in the tournament as well.
Rishi, Nikhil spoke about Chennai's bowling, but what about the batting order? They shuffled their batting positions, asked Sam Curran to open today. Do you think that this is a batting order that's going to work well for the team going ahead?
Rika, I think they'll stick to this batting order. Like I said on your show before as well, Chennai Super Kings have been missing that explosive opening partnership throughout the tournament. Fab got out on the first ball, golden duck, but we know that, he scored runs at a very quick rate. So Sam Curran moving up the order gives us the freedom, that we can get those 60, 70 runs in the first 6, 7 overs and have a good start, even if you're batting first or you're batting second.
Nikhil, do you agree with our list of top 5 impactful batsmen in this edition of the league?
I can't disagree as far as just batsmen are concerned. I mean, Tewatia has been a revelation. Just some knocks that, come to my mind, Rika, that I could think of. One is the Sanju Samson knock. That was outstanding. KL Rahul's 100. Enjoyed some knocks by Mayank Agarwal as well. Virat Kohli's, the other day, 90 odd that he got. So there are plenty to choose from. The one thing I would say, I'm really happy to see so many Indian batsmen in the list. We often see that you've got big foreign names dominating the IPL, but it's lovely to see a lot of Indian batsmen in that list of top 5 batsmen that you've put, but in terms of knock, there are plenty. But I'd have to put Tewatia, those 2 stunning knocks that he played at the end when all was lost for Rajasthan. I think he has to be the man with the bat this season.
Well, I'll just have to tell you that we still haven't done our top 5 best batsmen. Those are the most impactful ones. So when we do the top 5 best ones, we'll get you back on a discussion. Arjun, coming back to you, who have been your pick for the most impactful batsman this season?
Well, the most impactful batsman, that's probably AB de Villiers.
Okay.
He has been hitting really good shots and scoring a lot of runs and winning tons of matches for Royal Challengers Bangalore.
Right. Nikhil, well, we have got a question from one of our viewers, which I will request you to answer. And the question is here: the purple cap holder of IPL 2019, Imran Tahir, has not played a single game this season. Do you think that he should replace Sam Curran in the CSK team?
It's tough, Rika. I know that even for MS Dhoni, this must have been a very, very tough decision. But if I were also captain, I think I'd go with the 4 foreigners that he's playing at the moment. I mean, 2 batsmen in Watson and Faf du Plessis, that's something that Imran Tahir cannot replace. And then you've got that all-rounder in Sam Curran. So the flexibility he gives with the bat, I don't think Tahir can do it. And the other factor that goes against Tahir, Rika, is that they've got enough leg spinners in their ranks. So, when you've got someone like a Karan Sharma, then you've got someone like Piyush Chawla, who's had a patchy season, but good games in some matches, and then not some great, returns in some games.
Do you think Delhi should pick him in this trading window? Do you think Delhi should pick him in the trading window, given that, their leg spinner has been injured? Amit Mishra?
I don't think that will happen because one of my favorite leg spinners is not getting a chance to play for Delhi. And, they've got Sandeep Lamichhane, and I think he's a game changer, a leg spinner that is part of the Delhi squad, but he's sitting on the bench. He cannot get in because, again, of the same 4 foreigner rule. So if Imran Tahir was to go there, I wouldn't know who to pick between Tahir and Lamichhane. Yes, Tahir's got the purple cap, but a lot of people haven't seen Lamichhane. If you've seen his performances in the IPL, the few performances, then how he performed in the Big Bash, he's a game changer too. So I guess Delhi will also find it very, very tough to play Imran Tahir. So that's the unfortunate bit at the moment. Even Alex Carey, who's been outstanding in international cricket, has found it so tough
even
to get
for Australia. Right.
Yeah, correct. Exactly. So you have to wait for someone like a Pant to be injured, then to play. I can't imagine Alex Carey not playing for any other team had he been part of that. But Delhi's got like problems.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Nikhil. Thank you, Rishi, Deepthi, and thank you very much, Arjun, for staying up tonight.